Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for another climb of the spire with Dead Seed. And we all know what's going to happen. I'm going to come in thinking, this'll be it. This'll be the winning one. And we all know I'll probably only make it to the very end of the first floor. And I'll be dead. Let's give it a go, shall we? Let's do... Who are we going to come in with this time? Maybe we'll make a change and we'll go with the Defect. I haven't done a video with the Defect yet. Yeah, a bit of a funny one. Has orbs, and each orb type does different things. You'll see what I mean when I start playing. Yeah, this really is a lucky dip of what happens. So, let's go with the Defect. Here we go. Right, so we can choose one of our perks. So we've got gold, we've got Niao's Fury, so 10 damage, 2 random cards when we discard pile into your hand. That could be pretty useful, especially if you've got orbs. And the first 3 card rewards you see are upgraded, and the first treasure chest you open is empty. I might go with a Fury. See what happens. Here we go. We've got it. Now, let's look at our map, shall we? So we've got a nice couple of shops at the top there on the right-hand side. We've got some elites on the right-hand side there. On the left, we have lots of enemies, a few question marks, elites. I'm feeling like a right-hand side run might be pretty good. Build up the gold towards the end. And then there's not as many question marks, but that's fine. We can work towards that. I'm going to start in the middle and go right. Let's do this. First up, we've got Furry Leaf Monster. So we've got our usual blocks and damages. We've got this evoke here, which will basically push that orb. You can see floating above me. It's an electricity orb, so it'll basically use that orb. And you get different types of orbs. So as I play through, you'll probably see the different types. I won't have a clue what all of them do. I'm sure some of you probably will. I just chance it. Anyway, right, let's just kick things off with a block. We will do a bit of damage, and I might use that orb anyway. There we go. So we used the orb, so it's obviously no longer there now, but it did 16 damage, which was pretty good. So the more orbs, the better, and you can get multipliers on the orbs, which allow you to kind of have like up to 5, maybe more. So we're going to block 10 damage, 10, 16. We channel another lightning orb. So let's do that. There we go. And that got used at the end there as I ended my turn. A little gentle electricity zap. So we've got that dual cast again. That'll evoke it twice. Because it's got a number 3 next to it, I think I'll only evoke it for sort of up to 6 damage. He's not going to do anything to me because he's going to level up. So I'm going to go with the 6 damage. We'll evoke that twice. Oh, it was 8 damage. Okay. Well, job's a good one. That was better than I thought it'd be. Right, what do we got? So Plasma gives extra energy, which will be pretty cool. And whenever you evoke lightning, deal 6 damage to each enemy hit. And then block. Well, I'm going to go with some more lightning type powers. Let's go with a question mark. Okay. So we can either upgrade 2 random cards or remove one. I mean, I guess at this early stage, we'll go with the upgrade. So that's a block and a strike upgraded. We've got a little mollusk here. He's going to attack me for 8. So let's just get some defense up. And then, yeah, let's do that. So whenever I use my lightning now, it should do a bit more damage. That's when I evoke it. Okay, let's evoke. There we go, that was good. Yeah, it was damage, strike. There we go, nice little combo there to get through that one quite quickly. Add another card, so we can add focus, which gives more effectiveness on the orbs. Deal 8 damage twice, and channel glass. So glass damage deals damage to all enemies, and decreases damage with each turn. That's quite nice. And it's that block one again. I'm gonna go refract. That sounds like a nice attacker. See if we can put it to the test. Right. What we got? We'll use my defend. We'll evoke my orb. And then we'll use Niao's damage there. That knocks him out. Okay. Bit of block, and we'll channel some lightning. Let's deal 9 damage and channel 2 glass. Lovely. Add a new card. So deal 7 damage and draw 1 card for each unique orb I have. Shuffle all cards, and there's that block one again. Might be the same when I start the next 2 turns, channel 1 lightning. I might go with that. Try and make an effort to use a little extra block here and there. So this might be one where the glass might become in handy. So I'm going to probably use that outright. Take a risk. One free power, 1 free skill. Let's try a skill card and see if we can do anything about those attacks. Gain 6 block and transfer all status cards in your hand into fuel. Gain 7 block next turn. Yeah, we'll do that one. You're doing some pretty good damage here with these orbs. Channel 1 lightning. I mean, I should be able to just get through this. 1. We'll do 6 damage. Channel that. There we go. Nice. What we got? Channel 1 frost. So frost is for block. 3 damage. Increase the damage of all claw cards by 2. So I guess if you've got lots of claws, that could be pretty effective. Deal 10 damage and reduce this card's cost to 0. I might go with that one. Right, let's go with a smith. Deal 12 damage and channel 2 glass. Maybe evoke 8 damage. Channel 1 lightning. Just becomes free. That becomes free. Deal 14 damage. Might just up that glass one. So 12 damage twice and channel 2 glass. At least for that cost, it gives a bit more of a bonus. Right, it's elite time. And here are my favourite snaky worms. Really don't like these ones. Let's chance it with refract again, shall we? See what happens. Yeah, not as much fun as the last time. Let's get a power potion in. Gain 2 orb slots. We'll pump that up. There we go. So now I've got my 5 slots as I mentioned earlier. Can't do anything now. We're going to get a bit of an attack. Oh, actually, there we go. That was a bit more fun. Still going to be attacked to high hell, though. But that's fine. Whenever you evolve lightning, deal 6 damage to each enemy hit. We can deal 10 damage there to one of these creatures. I might go with channel 1 lightning. We haven't got any blocks. So let's at least take one of them down. Whenever you evoke lightning, 6 damage to each enemy hit. Well, let's get that ready for if I need to evoke again. I'm going to take a bit of a battering again. It'd be great if I literally die on this floor again. It's going so well. Right, evoke your rightmost orb twice. So we've got the lightning. Let's see if we can do something about these beasties with that, shall we? There we go. 2 dead. Deal 10 damage and reduce this card's cost to 0. Gain 4 block, and at the start of the next 2 turns, channel 1 lightning. Well, we can get a bit of block. That blocks us from their attack anyway. And then we can finish them off, and that's the elite done. There we go. Lost a lot of energy. Let's try and get some of that back. First time you lose HP, each combat, draw 3 cards. So that's the potion I just got. And whenever you create, what have we got here? 6 block, transform all your status cards into fuel. 3 block again. Oh, whenever you create a status card, channel 1 random orb. Yeah, I'll skip them. Let's get some health. Then we got ourselves a cheeky chest. And inside it, every 5 cards you add to your deck heals 15 HP. Okay. Question mark, why not? What have we got? Anything good? Upon pickup, gain 5 card rewards. Regular enemy combats are not accounted in question marks and HP. I mean, I always like that question mark one. Deal 3 damage and trigger all lightning against the enemy. 5 damage twice and play a random card from your draw pile. Whenever you play a power, channel lightning. There's only 3 cards. Guess if you've got a whole bunch of lightning, then that might come in handy. And I'll take that question mark one. At least then I know if I go for a question mark option, I'm going to be protected. Right, let's go with a small beastie. Right, boxing robot mecha. So let's channel some more lightning. He's not going to do anything to me right now. Gain 4 block, and at the start of the next 2 turns, channel more lightning. Evoke your rightmost orb twice, and deal 3 damage. Trigger all lightning against the enemy. Let's do it. Well, that didn't really do much, so let's evoke it. There we go. So half of their energy gone. Deal 10 damage and reduce the card to 10. Deal 12 damage and channel 2 glass. Classic, no block. I'm going to go with the 12 damage to break the shield. And then at least it'll use some electric and glass and that kind of thing. Can't do much now, so fingers crossed. Yes, that's what I was hoping for. Lovely. First time you draw a status card, channel 1 frost and draw a card. Yeah, let's do a frost one just so we got some block ability from something. Right, we got a clam. Let's defend and defend. I'm just going with a little strike there. See what he does to me. Okay, so he's put a shield on. And he's going to upgrade. So, whenever you evoke lightning, does 6 damage to each enemy hit. This is probably an opportunity just to kind of build up some of these kind of bits. So let's go with the lightning rod. Let's go with that one. And then let's... I don't want to trigger the lightning. I'll leave it at that for now. Okay. Coming in at me with 14. No block, so let's put that on. That'll give me a whole 1 block to protect myself with, or maybe 2 there if we're lucky. Deal 10 damage and 2 random cards, deal 10. I mean, really, all we're about now is damage. So let's use that one. We've got a bit of block there now, that's good. Well, at least we got some block. So lightning, bit of block. At least we halved the damage. Nice. Right, deal 3 damage and trigger all lightning. Let's pump that. Deal 10 damage and reduce this card to 0. Or we can dual cast. Yeah, let's dual cast the electric. There we go. Deal 6 damage to all enemies. Deal 9 damage twice and channel 2 glass. I don't want another one of them. 1 focus. Let's try that one and see how focus works. We've got another sharp. Can't really buy anything here because we've spent all of our bunts, so we'll just bypass that. Go with another enemy. We got boat, coral, legs, creature. Put some block on, channel some lightning, and then I guess we'll just attack. See what happens. Okay. We've got some wounds. So he's going to do something to me, but there's no attack. So let's see. Deal 10 damage. Let's go with the dual cast. Deal 12 damage and channel 2 glass. We can't afford that. Let's go with the Fury, and we've just put that, so we can't do anything with them, and they... okay. I guess we'll just go with a 10 damage again, or 12 damage, yeah. Now the next two, yeah, let's do that one. So we'll get a little bit of block, but at least we'll channel some more lightning as we progress through. So 15 damage. It's quite hefty. Let's get 2 blocks on me. Whenever you evoke lightning, deal 6 damage, or deal 6 damage and gain 1 focus. Let's do that. So pumps the focus up on my electrics. Deal 2 damage and trigger all lightning against the enemy. 8, 9, 10. Go on then. Well, okay. Lovely jubbly. Gain energy and gain additional to start your next 3 turns. That'll be handy because we've got a boss coming up. Deal 9 damage and 1 focus. Maybe evoke. I'm going to go with a focus again. Let's have ourselves a little rest in preparation for the boss. And let's see what's going to happen. So we got giant, I don't know, shell thing. Crab. I want to say crab, but can't see how many legs it's actually got from here. Right, so he's having a little sleep. I'm going to come at him with probably a couple of attacks. We'll channel some lightning, and we'll just give him a little cheeky attack. That'll probably wake him up. Nope. Okay. He's still sleeping. There we go. Now he's awake. So give him a little electric shock there. So he's going to hit me with 19 damage to kick it all off. Let's... do that so we get our block. We'll put our defend on and we'll add some focus. Additional damage. Okay. Should really use that one as well. I'm going to use the potion so I get some additional energy. So I'm going to get 18 damage here. So let's block a couple of blocks. Whenever you evoke lightning, deal 6 damage to a... yeah, I'm going to do that. So when I do an evoke, then we'll hopefully do a bit more damage, and then let's 9 damage and more focus. Okay. Right, 12 damage, and he's going to give himself a shield by the looks of it. So, defend. We'll go with the focus strike. Do the damage there. Momentum. Let's do momentum strike. Okay, so at least we're mostly blocked there. So he's going to give himself some shield. So no attacks on me for now. Channel 1 lightning. Deal 3 damage and trigger all lightning. Yeah, let's do that because I'm going to give myself another lightning. There we go. 9 damage. Okay, can't really do a lot there, so let's just use the block. There we go. $21 damage, so a little bit more of a hefty attack now. Deal 7 damage and 1 focus and dual cast. Let's go with that. Let's go with the dual cast. Gain 2 block. I mean, yeah. Let's put the block on there. Gain 2 block, and then at least we're going to get a bit more lightning there as well. Okay, let's take that battering. It's okay. Focus strike, deal 7 damage and 1 focus. So we'll block, do the focus, deal 4 damage. Jeebus, 17. So we could still do it. I'm not going to die in this next one yet. This is very, very close. Right, momentum strike, because it's 0. Let's trigger all the lightnings. Let's focus strike, evoke the orb twice. And as luck would have it, the perfect amount of damage to finish him. Lovely. 100 gold, fire potion, and evoke all your orbs, huh? That might be quite nice. I'm going to do that. Okay, there's that crab boss they panicked about last time and never quite made it, so with a bit of luck we might actually get there this time. Notice my health is still at 32, so I guess... Oh, there we go. That makes sense. Right, I was worried that I might not get a full health like you normally would. If you had your turn with unspent that energy, gain additional energy next turn. Enchant a card with clone or double block gain from a card, then go to sleep. No. Energy all the way. The more energy I've got, the better. So... a nice chunk of question marks there on the right, and given that I've got question mark ability that stops them from being enemies, I might just go for a run through with those. There's an elite at the end, so at least I can get 1 elite bonus. So I'm going to go middle, follow those 4 question marks, chest, follow the route up and go via the middle. Yeah, see how that goes. Right, what we got? We got little flea creatures. Deal 10, deal 9, deal 10 damage on 2 cards. Channel 1 lightning. So no block. Let's go with some of those. Oh, there's a block now, right? We'll do that. Because we're going to evoke a little bit of lightning there for the damage. Okie dokie. So let's see. Deal 12 damage twice in channel 2, 12, 24. Let's get rid of you. Nice. A little bit of damage taken. Evoke it, your rightmost orb twice, so rightmost orb is frost. Looks like I've got the glass still there as well, so that will only give me shield, but might be handy, so I might do that just to give myself some shield, or some block, and then we'll use some of the attacks to get rid of that one. Cool. Another fire potion, so that's 2, that's 40 damage. Nicely. 12 damage, the next power you play costs 0, and whenever you evoke lightning. Okay, we'll skip them. So we got a shop. Can't afford any bonuses there. 20 damage and a fatal gain 20 gold. Can't afford that. 9 damage twice and 2 glass. Whenever you play power, deal 6 damage to all enemies now. I'm going to keep them for now. Let's go through our bunch of question marks and see what we end up with. Lose fire potion, gain an upgraded common skull, or lose fire potion. Well, I'm guessing lose one of them then. Let's see. Boost away, free focus. Let's go with focus because that was pretty good last time and it's free to use. We've got a chest, so start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. Start your third turn, gain 3 energy. If I get the chandelier, we get a random, downgrade a random card. I go with the chandelier. Why not? Okay. Choose one of 5 random cards or rip the leech off. Gain a colorless card. Let's just go with a random card. Deal 13 damage, draw 1, and when a status card is created, reduce the card's cost to 0. 6 damage and 1 frost, 9 block. I'm going to go with a block. I'll treat myself to some block. I don't normally do that. Okay, and then random doll relics. Let's go with choosing one of 2. These are kind of like lucky dip ones, I think, going to give you different abilities. Whenever you add a card to your deck, add 1 additional copy, or whenever you play an attack, gain block. Yeah, let's go with block. Let's start using some block abilities. So we're going to stay in the middle. We've got a zone there that we might be able to rest or blacksmith, just dependent on smith. Cards contain strike, deal 3 additional damage. So at least we've built up our damage a little bit there as well. Right, burrowing creature. So let's block, and then we will do some striking. Okay. So gain 3 focus. That pumps up the power of my electricity. And then let's go with refract. Seeing as my focus is already up there, deal 3 damage and trigger all lightning against the enemy. Let's do that as well. Okay, crikey, some serious damage there. So now we've got to get rid of all of that shield. Evoke all of your orbs. Let's see if we can get rid of most of that with that. There we go, thanks. That leaves us with enough energy to just pummel the bugger. Take that. Okay. Draw 14 damage. Deal 14 damage, draw 2 cards, and when a status card is created, reduce it to 0. Deal 9 damage. I mean, that's a hefty amount of damage there. I might take that one. Okay. Do I rest or do I smith? I'm going to smith. Deal 15. Upgrade all your orbs. Every evolved lightning, deal 6. Deal 9 damage. Deal 3 damage and trigger all lightning against the enemy. 4 block. 7 block. Channel 1 lightning. Still only 1 lightning. Deal 11 damage. I'm going to do that one. Pump that one up nicely. Okay. Next enemy is pussy long neck creature. So they pump a hologram or something out. So what I'm going to do, because I'm not going to be attacked yet, is I'm going to pump my refract out. So we are ready to rock next time round. Right. Deal 14 damage and draw 2 cards. Gain 4 block. Sell the next 2. Channel 1 lightning. Deal 3 damage. 12 damage. This is where it becomes a bit of a pain. I'm going to use my potion. So 12 damage and gain 1 focus. 12 damage. The 3 damage and trigger all lightning against. So I'm going to gain 4 block again. There we go. Let's do that. Right, let's see what damage we do here. Not enough, unfortunately. So we're taking a bit of a batter in there. But now they're finished. So the block potion will come in handy. Dark. When evoked, deals damage to the enemy with the least HP and increases damage every turn. Yes, please. Question mark. Heal 25 and add Metamorphosis to your deck. Metamorphosis, add 3 random attacks into your draw pile. They're free to play. Lovely. And I heal as well, so yes. Especially ready for the elite. What we got? Okay. So, coming in with a hefty attack there already, look. That's ridiculous. Channel 1 Frost. We'll go with the focus. We'll go with the channel and the frost for the block. We'll use my block potion. I want to try and stop as much of that block, of that damage as much as I can. Whenever you evoke lightning, deal 14 damage, draw 2 cards, channel 1 lightning and deal 9 damage. I'm going to channel more lightning. And I'm going to go with that word. No, I'm not. I'm going to just attack. There we go. Cool, so we minimized a lot of the attack there. Evoke all your orbs. 15 damage, so I'd have to rebuild what I've got. Unplayable Ethereal, 13 damage, 3 random attacks. Let's go with maximum damage as early as I can. Gain 9 block. Let's get some block in there and block half of the damage he's going to give. Channel 2 dark, and at the end of your turn, evoke your leftmost orb. Right, let's do that. Deal 12 damage. And let's go with that one as well. Evoke your right. Which health? Deal 3 damage and trigger all lightning. Evoke your rightmost orb twice. Let's just do that. Nearly there. Okay, so we've just got 13 damage to get rid of. So 12 and 1. Gain 4 block, and the next channel 1 lightning. Right, so with a bit of luck, that should finish it. Brilliant. So at least, so 36 gold, energy potion, happy flower. Add card to your deck. 5 damage and play a random, or gain 4 block. On one line and deal 3 damage, apply. There we go. Right, we've made it to the crab, so now you're about to see me be absolutely ripped to pieces. I haven't gotten through the crab once since the game came out, and I know a lot of people online struggle with it. Some people say, though, that it's surprisingly easy. The other thing I've been told is to aim away from the higher attack so that you take less. See if that works this time around as well, because that's something I haven't tried yet. Right, deal 15 damage to all enemies and evoke all of your orbs. Evoke your rightmost orb, channel 2 dark. Let's go with the dark. God. Feel nervous and shaky with this one because I know what's coming. Evoke your rightmost orb twice. That's the electric. Deal 9 damage. Deal 15 damage to all enemies. I'm going to go with that. Just pump some of the damage outright. Gain some more energy. Let's channel 1 frost and draw a card. And then let's dual cast shield. Not that it's going to do much. I think that's it. I don't think there's a button I can press to look left and right. I guess it's based on the last attack. So let's just see what happens. So we're going to take... Okay, so we took 7. So that was 11 damage and it was reduced. So I really now need to attack the left-hand side so that I only take a proportion of the damage from the other side. If that makes sense. So if I attack this side, turn around. Okay, so now 27. Jesus. It's ridiculous. 12 damage and gain 1 focus. Block. Block. See what happens. Okay. So now I need to face the other way to stop that damage. 10 damage, gain block. Right, so we're going to do you on that side. We'll get some block on. Channel 2 glass. Let's put some focus on. We'll deal 12 damage to you and channel that glass because it'll attack all. Let's put some more block on as well. Crikey, there we go. Brilliant. Right, so now the crab is preparing to launch that claw on the right-hand side. So now I need to pretty much turn around and hopefully try and find a way of protecting myself. Right, so turn around this way, put some block on. We haven't got any more blocks really, so we haven't got a lot to do. Yeah, I'm finished again. 1040. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? Here we go. One. So, I mean, what can I do here? We got to try and block ourselves from 14 damage. Given that I haven't got a lot to work with on the block front. So I can channel 1 frost and draw a card. Deal 11 damage and evoke all of your orbs. I'm only going to get 2 shield from, or 2 block from that orb. And I get 3 block from each of these, so it's not enough. I could try and block that, deal 11 damage to all enemies. So I could deal 2 damage to that side, so I put my back to that side. Shatter. No, I can't even do that, right. And that's it. That's game over. That's probably the closest I've come to beating the crab, though, so it shows that it's definitely possible. Yeah, just need some more skill. But then, if I had more skill, then I wouldn't be dead seed, and I wouldn't... Yeah. There we go. Oh well. Game over. All finished. Done and dusted. I was slain. 2 elites done. Got ourselves an epoch unlock there. Lots of other little bits and pieces. You're welcome to watch what happens with this epoch. Normally I cut it short there, but I'm happy to let you see what is in here. Obviously, spoilers and bizwiz. Let's have a look what we get. Blurb-a-derb-a-derb-a-derb. More relics. So, yeah, maybe they'll come in handy a little bit later. In the meantime, I am dead. Where?